All right, my brother's keeper. We get the Siamese twin episode. This has a couple amazing people in it. We have Charlie from House 2, A Second Story, one of my favorite horror comedies of all time. I've talked about this, I reviewed it, I gave it all the love and praise it could ever need. So absolutely check that out. If you're a House 2 fan like I am, you can see somebody else that adores it like you. And we have Susie Bannion from Suspiria in this. How cool is that? So cool. That's how cool. I'm going to tell you how cool. I'm not even going to give you the chance to answer because it's so cool. Now, being attached to somebody who is a total fuck up, is totally trying to ruin your life, whatever. Now, we don't know what their relationship was like prior to this. I mean, he may have finally just got fed up living with his square brother and he wanted to have a good time and he wanted to be nuts and live a chaotic, frantic, fun life, like what he deems as fun. And you can see the contrast between the two brothers. One's very straight-laced and one's very wild, and one wants to get hookers and the other one wants to fall in love, and one wants to get drunk all the time and the other. How they're able, like, why, I don't understand how they're rich, really. I don't think that they get into that. They're driving like a Ferrari and they live in this nice place and they dress in really nice suits. How they get their clothing on and off, I'm not sure, because in the episode when they're wearing their pants, it's over the hump in between them and they just pull down their pants like straight down and it shows their hump. I don't get that. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, I don't think that they could explain it, but there could be Velcro, but I feel like we would hear that, or a zipper or something that would actually close it around on both sides, but you can't just pull it down because it would be open at the top. So it doesn't matter. It just was like, their clothing doesn't make any sense to me. Their boxer shorts are just all connected as one. That doesn't really make any sense. And like, as I said, unless there's this Velcro top, which is the only way that would work. But you don't hear it and you don't see it for sure. Not that it matters. That little connection piece, the hump as I've been calling it for some reason, I like when they show it and then they like pull apart a little bit. It actually like stretches, so it doesn't seem like it's like bone, that it's like solid. It feels like if they were to run in opposite directions fast enough, it would really damage that thing. And I like that it like pulsates. It like seems to be almost like breathing. It looks like it's gross looking, man. But yeah, like it's hard to explain any of the things that they're able to do, like how they got in and out of that small little Ferrari. Like, how the fuck did they do that? They just show them step out of it like 2 feet next to each other and they stand up. In that car, there's no way. There's no way that they got out together that easily and they like sat inside the car and stood up together. There's not enough room for it doesn't matter. But I was just watching it like, you guys aren't even gonna try to explain how any of this works, but who cares? I can't help but mention. I don't even understand how that girl was straddling him, the hooker, the black hooker who was whipping him when his friend was trying to have like a romantic little lay in bed session. That's impossible. Her knees were up here and they'd be laying on their connection. So yeah, none of this makes any damn sense, but just being connected to somebody who's so shitty and the fact that someone can drink and you get drunk, the fact that someone can take pills or drugged or whatever. And when this episode had started, it made me question immediately, like, what would they do if one of them murdered somebody? What if one of them got into a lot of trouble? Like, I guess that the law would show that the other person was, an accessory because they didn't stop or thwart the attempt or the attack or the whatever. So I don't know. That'd be a tricky ass court case. And Charlie's character is the one who kind of points that out at the end, and we do get to see, except for they perform it in operation to separate them. But I don't know how that actually would play out. That would be an interesting thing to find out how that happens. If a Siamese case was to happen like this and one of them was to murder somebody, do something extremely illegal, what would you do? I don't know. But anyway, I thought that that was cool. And I did like that they tried to explain it. But my God, trying to live with somebody like that, because I'm such a healthy person, I'm such a, you know, don't put anything bad in my body kind of person, that to live with somebody who could affect that by being like they're total drunk and his fucking brother doesn't take a shower for a week and goes and he's trying to go on a date and he's like talking shit to everyone around them. And oh my God, what a nightmare. He would freaking, you know, he'd be signing those papers so quick. The fact that he hires this girl to come in, yeah, I mean, he must have hired her after the fact. Like, they met in the bar, and then he hired her after that, which is just, I don't know, it talks to her character as well, because she seems so sweet and innocent and nice in the beginning, and then she goes away, and she's like, I'm sorry, no way. And then she calls back and is like, hey, which, yeah, how she got his number, who knows? We know how, but he doesn't question it. I guess I just talked to her character for me, where I was just sitting there like, you would do that? Like, yeah, she's a bitch. So I like, but another really weird thing is that he kind of becomes his brother once they're separated. So I don't know if he just like took on his personality because he didn't want to feel lonely, as he said. So he started to become his brother, because once they were separated, his brother gets pulled away, and that's the big twist. But he starts hitting on the nurse and saying all the lines that his brothers, and he's going to be scummy. Like, he's finally free, but now he's going to take that time to become the person he just detached himself from. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But yeah, interesting thing to think about. So yeah, it was pretty good. I love seeing Charlie and Susie Bannon. That was awesome. All right, moving on.